Hi everyone. مرحبا للجميع. أهلا وسهلا. I'm Dr. Emilie Durand-Zuniga. I'm a polyglot linguist and more specifically an Arabist, and I'm here to show you how to use the Scoping Review database today. So in 2023, funded by QFI, Dr. Anna Maria Ramazanzadeh and Dr. Robert Orr at the University of Oxford conducted a scoping review to identify and categorize all existing empirical research on Arabic as an additional language. The result was a comprehensive database of articles, which I updated in 2025 under their guidance. So today in this video, I'll walk you through how to use the Scoping Review database. We believe, is a really wonderful resource for educators and researchers who want to do a number of things, such as identify research trends, compare study designs, learner populations, discover gaps in the literature, draw from the research for best practice in the classroom. This is for educators in particular. And the 2025 database contains empirical research published in English between 1963 and March of 2025. It does not include full text, but it does include the reference and abstract of each article, so users can still get a sense of whether an article may be of interest to them or not. The OASIS website does contain a full summary for a few of the articles in the database, and I'll show you how to get to those summaries from the database in just a second. So I'm going to show you how to do three things. One, locate the database. Two, download the database. And three, filter articles by topic. You can use the same approach to filter by other variables as well, but for the sake of this example, I'll use topic. So to locate the database, there's a number of ways in which you can do this. I like to go to the QFI website and select research at the top. So the QFI website is qfi.org. Go to research at the top, select studies and publications, and then the page for a scoping review into the teaching and learning of Arabic as an additional language. I click on that, scroll down to access the full database. When you click on it, it takes you to the ORA page, the Oxford University Research Archive. This is where the database lives. Under Access Document Files, you'll see a link to an Excel sheet. This is the database. Now to download the database, all you have to do is click on that link and it'll download the Excel sheet onto your computer directly. Now that we've downloaded it, I'm going to show you the database and how to filter by topic. Okay, there's two tabs. The About this database introduces the database, what it is, etc. And the second tab is full text reviewed publications. Each row is a different article and each column is a different variable. Some of the variables are bundled together under a certain title like record information, bibliographic information, study design, etc. If you look under focus of study, so say that you're interested in, for the sake of this example, student motivation, so motivation. You might find the word motivation in a number of different columns, like in the abstract, for instance, might be a good place to look, or under other keywords, another good place to look, or under main topics. And this is my personal favorite, so I'll show you with main topics, but feel free to run this search for different columns as well, as you see fit. But what I've done is I've selected column W, main topics, and then I'm going to go to the top of the Excel under data and click on filter. And now a little arrow has appeared in row 1 in column W, main topics. And I click on the arrow. And there's a number of filters you can play with, but for the sake of keeping things very simple, under search here, I'm just going to enter motivation. And I don't have to enter, the database gets filtered all on its own. I can even click out of this box and the selection remains. And so here, so you see it goes from row 1 to 14 to 26 to 28. So it's definitely filtered. And at the top, the filter box is grayed out, which tells me, okay, this is filtered. And now you have a list of all the articles in our database that mention motivation as a main topic. You have access, of course, to all of the information related to the article, author's name, article or book chapter or dissertation title. And then there's a link, like a URL link. On the very last columns are the OASIS columns. If a summary of the full article, including findings, discussion, is included on the Oasis website, column BF here will say yes, and then you will have a link in column BG. But as you see for motivation, none of these articles currently have a summary available on the Oasis website, but you still have access to the abstract, which would be helpful. So if you go to column T, say for this article, the social context of second language learning in Israeli schools, you'll click on column T and then you'll find the abstract for this article. Same thing for why are you learning Arabic? Orientations, motivation, and achievement. Right here, 2005, and here is the abstract. I hope this little presentation was helpful. You now know how to locate, download, and filter our database. We hope that you use it. As I mentioned, we think it's a wonderful resource, and I hope that you enjoy doing so and that it helps your research and teaching. Thank you so much for your attention, and take care. Salam.